Man, welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty podcast. Back at it again, where it's all about the fake stuff. It's all about this, a little bit of that. That's my intro for tonight, Craft Man. What's going on, man?
That's a good intro. What about the 5-star reviews to the Twitter and all that other good stuff?
Just 5-star. Honestly, you don't even have to hit me up on Twitter like that. But 5-star review and go tell a friend. That's good enough for me. But you can't add me on Twitter at Hamm.
Yep. There it
I
is.
might not see it.
That's what I was waiting. That's what I was waiting for the whole time. Just had to mention that Twitter handle. That makes you sound professional. That makes us all sound professional. But what are we talking about tonight, guys? Trade episode. We got Chris in the building down there, hanging out with Craig as usual.
What up, Craig?
What's going on?
Craig just be chilling. We have to start. Craig will have to step it up. He's just freeloading, dude. Freeloading. Just sitting there.
He ain't putting in no effort or no work. He just
well, really, Craig be the only reason we have stuff. So Craig do everything. He do everything for it. I'm sorry, Craig. I didn't mean it.
So pretty much what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to talk. I mean, the crux of all our episodes really are just talking and talking and talking. We've been having a lot of activity in some of our dynasty leagues. A main league that me, Chris, and Craftman are all in. But I know Craftman's got some trades. Chris rolling out some trades. Chris just made a big one.
Guys that we're trying to get.
Bunch of trades going down. Noah Dick Blower, been on the pod a few times, making big trades, making big moves.
Trade machine. Stealing people's trades, I was trying to come at him as a confidant, and he sneaks up under me and offers a trade anyway, and then gets the guy that I wanted. He even texted me back. He was like, that sounds like a good idea.
See, I learned that for a long time because Matt does it too.
I do.
Because Matt does it
Man, listen, that's what I was about to say. I don't even want to say too much on the pod, but I just feel like I have to since we're doing it. But information is key, man, in these dynasty leagues. Like, that's what people get mad about the Amon-Ross trade that me and Chris made a while back. Like, the only reason that even came about was because somebody was like, would you trade the 105 for Amon-Ra? And then next thing you know, another text hits me up and they're like, Matt, would you play the 108 for Amon-Ra? And I was like, whoa, I'm not even answering these messages, man. I'm sending it to Chris. Here's the 106 for Amon-Ra. So,
I accepted it like 5 minutes later.
You traded you traded Amon-Ra this year for the 106?
It was 2 years ago.
I drafted Devon. I drafted Devon A-Chain.
So that was
that. I drafted Devon A-Chain and Bryce Young.
I thought we were talking about recently. I was like, damn, Chris, let me get Amon-Ra for that.
Chris,
but then I was playing the shit talkers in our league, and in those weeks, Devon A-Chain was getting like 50 fantasy points.
Yeah, that's wild. That A-Chain. Hopefully, we'll see A-Chain bounce back and do it again this year. Hey, I sent out an offer just today for Mostert today. Couldn't get him. Got LOL'd. You know how it is. So Chris, you gotta the people on the LOL list. You gotta add one more. I send every trade request I've ever sent to Jordan Harris. I've gotten laughed at. Everyone. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just funny. But yeah, man. Let's just go ahead and just start it off from the rip. We'll just throw a bunch of trades out there, and I don't even know where we even want to start.
So. There's been some small ones. There's been some big ones in doo-doo, but it's been going down. And I think I got a couple trades in my other dynasty league too. But yeah, go ahead and talk about what you and Noah did. The big kaboom that got kind of everything started off a little bit.
I know that for real. That I feel like that pushed the ball for dynasty, and that just made the trading frenzy fucking happen. Because it just seems like nobody was ready to make those big boy trades until y'all did that.
Yeah, I'll just put a little context. Craftman knows I've been talking about this league in doo-doo. I 1 year punted this year. The first year we start up, a 1 year punted. So I accumulated draft picks. I had the 103, 104, 107, 108, 111, So it was like 5 first rounds. And I was even telling Kraft, I really did have a lot of the very intentions. I was really gonna make these picks. Like I was really thinking I was about to go through there. But in the end, my dynasty itch just takes over and it's just time to compete. I mean, some of that stuff y'all are saying is true about what that episode I did with Craftman and Levi the other day. Like, I don't really like breaking it all the way down, all the way like this, but pretty much I used those picks, and basically, here's what we did. Noah Dickblower went for it, so it looks like he's trying to go a little rebuild direction, or at least a punt direction, something like that. Noah Dickblower got Kirk Cousins, the 104, the 108, and the 111, and then I got Jalen Hurts and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
So basically, I upgrade at quarterback. It gives me my second quarterback, or really my first quarterback. So my quarterbacks are Jalen Hurts. I got Waddle. I got me another receiver because I didn't really want to come off the 103 or 104. I was going to use those on wide receiver picks. But give me Waddle. Give me that upgrade at quarterback. Noah Dickblower's got the 104. He's going to be looking at Malik Neighbors or Jaden Daniels. Something like that. Craftman, what you think about the deal? I like where I'm at.
I thought it was completely fair. You know, I always try to side on the side that gets players over the picks because, you know, one of them picks might not hit at all. It might just be washed. I mean, it just might not work out, but you got 2 proven assets. And I mean, if you look at ADP right now, it's hard to talk about how valuable picks are. But if you actually go and look at the ADP of where startup drafts are, like Jalen Waddle is very close to where Malik Neighbors is ranked. But if you send Jalen Waddle for the 103, people are like, nah, even though they plan on taking Malik Neighbors with the 103.
Right.
And there's no telling where he's going to go. He could go to the Giants. You know, I've seen him go there a lot. I mean, I just prefer having the players. And even if you lose the trade, if Malik Neighbors ends up being very good and just say he's a top 5 guy, and you got Jalen Waddle who's a top 10 guy, you know, you might lose the trade, but he could also whiff completely on some of them picks.
Swizzy, you got any thoughts on this big trade?
Yeah, and what makes this is like the timing of this. So right now that trade was made. Man, it's been almost a week. Or
that's crazy.
Like that's been made.
Thursday, like last Thursday.
Yeah, so like draft.
6 a.m. ready to make trades that day. I just remember that.
So like draft hasn't happened yet. So like Matt said, he gets upgraded quarterback. Jalen Hurts, like I said, I mean with Kyler, I mean that's your top quarterback right there. You get Jalen Waddle, 2 proven guys, and it's not like you're going and getting like people hear the word proven, and I swear to God in Dynasty, what I notice people hear proven and they think old.
Yeah,
that does not always mean that. Jalen Hurts, this dude's gonna have a job for a long time. Jalen Waddle, he's proven he's gonna have a job for a long time. Like and like we said, the picks, he's looking at Neighbors or Daniels, and Daniels right there. We don't know where they're gonna end up. He said he could go to the Giants. He could go to the Pats. Like I'm not super excited about any of that. Like at all. I mean. It's you're playing a game, especially before you know the situation. And as we say 1,000 times, the situation matters. And if you don't think the situation matters, you probably don't need to be playing fantasy football.
Yeah, I'm with you on that because we're talking our rookie stuff, and we're gonna get all these rookie profiles out before the draft. We promise. But we talk about this rookie stuff, and we don't even do our rankings because half of it still ain't done yet. Right. We got to figure out where they're going.
Definitely got to see some draft capital. I mean, me and Craftman did a 1-round rookie mock, and we're looking at the second round. It's like it doesn't even matter what we say.
Yeah.
And unless we're just straight going on talent and evaluation, which me and Kraft could do, but I'm just saying.
And it's hard too though because you're looking at players from different conferences who play different opponents who have never played this DB, this cornerback. They've never played against this line. They've never done this. They've never seen that. They're going to a pro style offenses and stuff like that. Some of them never even probably even played in an offense like this. You know, like they've just showed up and played fucking, West Coast, just run that bitch down the field, like run as fast as you can and catch the ball.
Right.
And you're going into an organization that's buttoned up, that's going to expect you to be buttoned up. Whoever gets drafted to the Patriots, you're going to have to learn a system. You are going to be switched to a system. I know Bill Belichick's gone. I get that. But they have built that franchise on a system. You're going to have to go in there and learn it. If you're not going to go in there and learn.
It does feel like Drake May is like going to the Patriots or something like that.
And
it's kind of like what you're saying. It does feel hard to believe that Daniels would come up in there and then they start playing like Lamar Jackson up there in New England. That'd be wild.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible, but like they're just now making the switch. It's gonna take a minute.
But with that said, I ain't gonna sit here and just shit on all the rookies and stuff. Like me and Kraft said good things about a lot of these rookies. So Noah's gonna go out there and take some stabs out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
then on his side, he got Kirk Cousins. With he's Atlanta offense is looking better. That offense is going to change. He's coming into a completely different situation. He's got Bijan Robinson back there, franchise running back. I mean, Drake London. I don't want to toot my horn too early and say Kyle Pitts, so I just won't even fucking mention Kyle Pitts. But Drake London. I mean, they've got players. They got Darnell Mooney. So.
Yeah.
It's not like that he's just shit out of luck. So
yeah, and I will say something about playing Dynasty. And when people say that picks are most valuable around this time of year, it ain't no joke. Like picks are, you can get so much for picks right now because people just want to hit that button on rookie draft day. They just want to hit that draft button, have a fresh face on their team that is going to give them some hope to win a championship. So, I mean, I love playing. That's the reason I play Dynasty, is for fun, and the rookie draft is fun. But, I played redraft a long time before I played Dynasty, and I still always side on having, like Chris said, some proven talent if I can get it.
I'll be honest, I don't even look at the picks past the first round.
Yeah,
what you mean?
I look at them all.
I look at them. We look at them all. But a second is worth
a fourth. But
I mean, that's just me like showing like my insight, and people can say, "Oh man, you're dumb for doing that." But I made 2 championships last year, man, and I got a trophy. I know how to GM. I'm confident in my ability to do that.
I would say a lot of people think like Chris. I would say a lot of people think about the first round like Chris, like Levi was saying the other day. Pretty much that statement Chris just said. He don't look past the first. Levi said he don't look past the 101. He don't look past the rookie draft.
I don't go that far. And I'm definitely not trading them for Jalen Warren, like the 101. Like I'm not doing that.
I can't wait to have Levi on again. We'll get him on the Discord and we'll have him on again and we'll chop it up like this again. All right,
he does have some difference. He definitely has some difference of opinion, but he had one of the better teams in our dynasty league last year, just trading for players. But yeah, that was, if he would have went the whole time without saying that Jalen Warren thing, we'd been all right. We'd have been all right. But that kind of put a damper on it right at the.
Maybe he said a wrong person. I don't know.
No,
because I'll be listening to our podcast after we record it, and I'll say like something completely different. And I'm like, oh man, damn. People gonna listen to this thing. This dude an idiot. And I said Trent Richardson one time. I was like, this motherfucker ain't been in the league 15. I was talking about Anthony Richardson.
All right, let's move on to another trade. I'm gonna kind of skip one of the list. We're gonna talk about what Chris did last night. We're gonna talk about this one. Let's see, Chris. I'm looking at the chat. I see 2 of the eyeballs, 2 sets of the eyeballs on the trade. I see one face, hand on the face emoji on it. I see one skull. It looks like a skull or a dead man or something. On Chris's trade last night. And for those of y'all, let's just say if you're listening to the episode for the first time, when Chris does a trade, he gets this reaction maybe every single time. Every single time, man, I gets this kind of reaction. So me and Kraft, I mean, I feel like I've told Kraft a million times. I'm like, I've learned a lesson when it comes to dynasty trades. We let them play out, and we see what happens. Chris got Justin Jefferson. Crack Room, shout out to Crack Room, got Josh Allen. So, and then we're talking about Superflex, tight end premium. Your standard tight end premium leagues, quarterback is everything. So Chris trades the number one quarterback, gets the number one wide receiver. His wide receiving room is Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra now. So that's like 2 of the top 4. And your quarterback room right now is Russell Wilson and Baker Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield bounced back, and he's got him a little 3-year deal or whatever. And Russell Wilson.
But I also, another thing I want to bring up is that tight end premium. Yeah. I also have George Kittle and Mark Andrews down there as well. So that was another reason why that, like, I'm fine with the little bit of the loss that I got. Like, I know you said that I could have got to 106. I don't know. I feel like that might have been reaching.
I don't know. 106, I think he'd have done it because his quarterback situation was pretty dire. Yeah, he only had one, and I knew he liked Josh Allen. I would have tried it, but I'm with Matt. Like, I'm not trying to hate too much on trades or this and that because you never know what's going to happen. I prefer the Josh Allen side in Superflex.
Yeah,
like I wish you would have sent me Josh Allen for Jamar Chase. I'd have done it. I would have took Allen there because I didn't
send. But another bit of context, I didn't send it.
Yeah.
So Crack Room came out of nowhere, man. That dude had been quiet and just come out of nowhere.
Yep. All these big trades, I will tell y'all, every single like massive trade that I do, that I've ever done in this league, the home league, anything like that, I'm not sending these trades.
Yeah.
I'm not having conversations with these people or doing that, and people are probably like, why the fuck is this dude not talking to people that he's traded with? I see something that I like and I did it. Yep. I'm at a loss a little bit because it is super flex. But like I said, we're tied in premium. I'm sitting nice. I don't have to worry about drafting a receiver for a long time. I know I can go and get a quarterback with one of these receivers that I got. I'm getting offers constantly. I just played in the championship. I didn't exactly blow my team up or anything. Like I'm sitting all right. Sitting all right.
All right. Yeah, so basically, you just
get what you want, Chris.
Plus, Josh Allen just lost every receiver. His top receiver right now is Khalil Shakir. So,
Brandon Ayuk's headed that way.
Curtis Samuel.
I'll believe that when I see it.
That'd be nice. I have a hard time believing that the Bills ain't gonna. I mean, I know they're gonna draft one, but I have a hard time believing they're not just gonna bring one in like shortly.
Yeah, I mean they took that massive dead money hit.
Josh Allen will be fine, though, even with a lack of receivers. I feel like all them rushing touchdowns and everything else. He's just one of them guys. I've always liked Josh Allen. I feel like he's kind of wide receiver proof. There's a couple quarterbacks that rely completely on great wide receiver play. I think Josh Allen will be fine either way.
I've always been big fantasy wise. Josh Allen is great. Real football wise. I don't even want to get into it. He's no.
Go ahead and say what you're gonna say. Real football wise.
No, I've seen this dude do the dumbest shit I've ever seen in playoff games, man. And then
Brett Favre, man.
And then he just loses.
When you got that strong of an arm, there is no throw that you don't think you can make. That's his problem, man.
Well, I actually think Stephon Diggs should have caught that pass that he slung up there. Stephon's last pass that he got thrown against Kansas City. I think he should have caught that. But
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the trade between old Crack Room and Chris, and from Crack Room's perspective, now his quarterbacks are C.J. Stroud and Josh Allen. And I say that to set the stage because
he also
trade, Noah Dick Blower and Crack Room again did another big trade. So basically, Crack Room looks like he's going for it. He's got 2 top 5, 6, 7 quarterbacks in Dynasty. He's going for it. Now he's got to build his team up. Dick Blower, we already said looks like he might be going through a rebuild or a punt. So Noah Dick Blower gets the 106, gets the 110. Crack Room gets Tyreek Hill, David Njoku, and the 204. I don't know, man. When I look at this,
I could have had Tyreek Hill as well. Tyreek Hill in the first.
For what?
Amon-Ra.
You sent that?
He sent it.
Tyreek in the what? In the one?
In the 106?
Damn.
Was it? Something like that? It wasn't like a late pick, I don't think. But it was like a mid pick.
Noah just don't care. He's
throwing it out. He's slinging it out. He don't give a fuck. Because I look at this trade and I think Cracker won this trade. What you say, Crack, man? We're looking at the 106. So we're looking at, I would say, as of today, I'm going to say that's either Drake May or Brock Bowers is what I would think. Could be Odunze.
Yeah.
The 110 could be any of those wide receiver stabs, whichever one you like right there. That little section right there between, I mean, they're saying the 108 is probably going to be valuable if J.J. McCarthy gets that draft capital, and then whoever the Bills take in the first round, the 109. So that 110 to 111, you're looking at like A.D. Mitchell, Xavier Worthy, like guys like that, Troy Franklin, Brian Thomas.
Those is just going to come down to, I feel like, you know, the 1 through like 6, like the 1 through 5. And then once you get to those guys, it's just going to be situation. Where are these guys lining up at?
That's the truth.
I think it's
the top 7, and then it's all,
I don't think, I'm with Chris right here, that I don't think there is a top 7. I think that we think there's a top 7, but with the way the Bills have traded Diggs, whatever, if a good receiver like a A.D. Mitchell or one of them guys goes to the Bills, and say Rome Odunze goes to, you know, the Bears or something where he's a third guy, I think there might be some contemplating how far you got to rise up that receiver that goes to the Bills or the Chiefs or something like that.
Well, you know, one of them guys is going to Carolina, so you can just write him off real quick.
Yeah, he'll be done. You can drop him down to the late
You can
round.
just push him back, dude. Like,
just take a stab in the third.
We're picking at 33.
Did y'all see that? Oh, Craig jumped off the screen and jumped back
on
real quick, didn't he?
Did Craig? Wait a minute. It's not going to restart the pod, is it?
I think we'll be straight, because I remember one time we was talking to Craig, straight up hopped off. but Craig, he just hopped off for a sec, but he hopped back on, so I think we'll be straight. If y'all listen to this episode tomorrow and it's only half an episode, well, we're sorry about that.
we'll drop the second half.
We'll post part 2.
Right. So yeah, I think we're all on the side of Crack Room on this one. Yeah. I think Crack Room had a good offseason. I'll give him credit. I think he's in the driver's seat to win it all. Yep. He's up there with me, Crap Man. Yeah. Chris, what you think you gonna do this year, man?
I'm going back to the championship.
All right. What's JD's looking like this year? I ain't looked at JD's team in a long time.
The same as it looked last year.
So he's stacked.
I don't feel like he was stacked last year, but
this league's gonna be tough.
He has McCaffrey, so he's stacked. As long as you got McCaffrey and you're competing, you're stacked.
Yeah. So. Until he gets you 4 points in the championship.
I will say this.
Until he gets you 4 points in the championship, dude.
I think he's got like Pacheco, McCaffrey, Lamar. He had Mostert last year, which was huge.
Yeah.
Would you trade Javonte Williams for Raheem Mostert in Dynasty?
Straight up, no. I do want Mostert, though. I've been trying to I slung a second, got LOL'd today.
How much does Mostert outscore Javonte next year, y'all think?
I don't know if he does. I mean, I still think A-Chain's going to come in and do his thing.
A-Chain's definitely going to get some work, I feel like. They keep giving Mostert these one-year deals.
Mostert's a fine player to have.
He's going to play 50% of the snaps.
He's a good ball carrier, yeah.
Get the touchdown.
He's fast.
So no. Nope. No to that trade. Javonte for it's not enough of a. What about? Hey, Chris, Javonte for James Conner. How about that?
I don't know. I'm still not big on Javonte.
That's close.
It is close.
What's Javonte? I don't know what his. I feel like a lot of people view him as a buy low. I know I sold him for a 25 first, and you can't get rid of his ass.
I mean, I've been trying to get rid of him for really cheap, but I offered you Javonte for the 111. You declined it pretty quick, so you didn't have to think about it. So it seems like you're either just going to have to hold Javonte, which is what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm not doing a second because I know how this running back class is, and if I'm looking to replace Javonte with a running back, I'd rather just hold Javonte. At least he's got a starting job right now and going to get. It's a bad team, probably going to be a bad situation, but he's a starter. I don't know if any of these rookies coming out is going to have that kind of opportunity next year.
I don't think so. Not this class. Next class might be a little different.
Allegedly, 25 is deep on running back, and I believe it because I know.
I hear this I hear every year. This is the year of this. This is the year of that. This is the year of this.
Clearly the year of wide receivers, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, heck, there's some quarterbacks coming out this year too. I mean, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I say this. Heck, I was big on last year's running back class.
Every year, there's the same amount of players, right? And the same amount of positions. It's just sometimes they just end up in better situations and have a little bit more skill than other players.
Yeah. I'm with you, Christopher. All right, look, I got another trade for y'all, man. This one went down between me and DT. I was sitting there with the 103, the 105, the 107, and so I sent basically David Thomas. He knows I want Malik Neighbors at 3, and I was telling him, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't want to move off. He's got the 105, so he sends me the 105, and then I get old NDB's 25 first, and that dude's blowing it up. So I've got his first and the 103, or I got his first and the 105, and David gets the 103. And David, I think he thinks he got one over on me because he's going to draft Malik Neighbors, he says. Which, I've kind of assumed when I come out the 103, I'm not really getting Malik Neighbors anyways. Because Noah Dickblow is at the 104, so I feel like I'm probably not getting him no matter what. But basically, he only moved up 2 spots. He moved up 2 spots, and he paid a whole first. In my opinion, if you do that and you get you a quarterback, it makes sense. But I think if you give up that much and then you move up and draft you a wide receiver, Malik,
you better hope he's like it. You better hope he's Almond Raw or something. A top 5 guy.
He could be.
Well, then also you getting Waddle and all that definitely does help that situation a bit too. Like, hey, maybe I don't have to worry about. It gets rid of the headache. I'm gonna take Neighbors here, but hell, I don't even know where he's going yet. Oh, well, I just got Jalen Waddle. Shit, I ain't gotta worry about this shit no more. So I can move back and still be good.
Yeah. I still got Drake London.
Let's just say this.
I've been trying to get Drake London for Matt, crazy.
I gave up. The more I'm thinking about Drake London, the more I'm actually down.
I will ship him Amon Ra if he gives me Drake London and something.
I don't know, man.
I love Amon Ra too, though. It's so hard, man.
I'm starting to get a little bit down on London now. The more I think about it.
I think as far as redraft goes, this dude's hype is going way too high, and I'm not drafting him in redraft, but
too much.
Dynasty, I'm all in. Like I held him that whole year. Like I'm gonna roll with him. He got a quarterback. Let's just see how it goes. And I'll probably regret turning down some of them, but I'm a Falcons fan too. Like I definitely want to see my team, my player on my team going off and then helping me win championships. So
I just can't get my hands on. I can't get my hands on Deontay. I've been trying. Can't do it.
Hey,
can't do
I've
it.
been sending Deontay. You name the league, I've sent an offer for Deontay. I can't get him. I can't get his ass. That's the thing. But Deontay Johnson, like we should do one of those episodes we do in the middle of the year where we talk about a few players' values and stuff. Because I'm gonna be real, Kraft, man. I think the Deontay Johnson's value in the Twitter world and out there and everybody, I think they're kind of low on Deontay Johnson. But then you got motherfuckers like us who see Deontay Johnson going to the Panthers, and we all super high on this man. All of a sudden, like our league is definitely not like other leagues, like where people are paying low. I'm offering. Like,
I was offering pretty low at first, but then in the home league I was offering because Will's a Commanders fan, so I was offering him like Brian Robinson and stuff like that. Like, send it to me because he needs running backs.
I mean, what's it take to get his ass cracked? What does it take in our leagues to get Deontay? That's the question.
I don't know. Will's got him in both leagues, so we just need to get Will on here and figure the fuck
out. Figure it out. It's not a second.
I'm sure I could find out if I had conversations with these people, but I'd just be sending trades.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be a first. You have to give up a first if you want Deontay. And I don't even think it gives it done because I've been willing to give up a first for Deontay. But it was a 25 first.
Yeah, I tried that as well. Didn't get it done.
Tried that as well.
Heck, I think I offered Josh Downs in the 25 first, and that didn't get it done. I mean, which I don't blame him. I want Deontay too, so I think everybody's in big on a Deontay Johnson year. But
I'm just trying to think of I'm not trying to think of picks. I'm actually just trying to think of players that you could trade for him, and I'm kind of coming up empty off the top of my head. You know, Javonte Williams isn't going to get it done. I know that for a fact because nobody wants his ass. But Deontay's just kind of one of them guys that's like, you guys seen what Adam Thielen did last year, and I guess everybody's thinking he might have that kind of season.
Crap, man! I just went and looked up his ADP as far as wide receivers go, and this is wide receivers. Man, it can't be right. It can't be right. Superflex ADP, wide receiver 44. Can't be right.
That's too high.
He's sitting around here with
way too low. Way too low.
Josh Downs.
Oh, I'm definitely taking Deontay over fucking Jameson Williams.
Ooh, Jameson. I like Jameson now.
Fuck out of here, Pete Rose, dude.
I'm looking at this list right here, and I would take Deontay Johnson over Jameson Williams, Josh Downs, Keenan Allen, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, Terry.
You got to stop at Christian Kirk now.
I wouldn't take him over Christian Kirk.
Man, I'm going to be real. That one's tough for me. And I love Christian Kirk. I guess I might be too high on Deontay.
What would you trade?
See what we do.
Would you trade?
Because he's also going to have time to catch the ball, and our offensive line is dog shit. Hopefully even though we just signed some. Hopefully they address. I mean, you would think so, right? But
Deontay Johnson is going to be getting all them under routes and stuff. If he's going to be getting
but they also got Thielen and all of them that are basically the same kind of player.
What about the three big receivers from last year? What about JSN, Zay Flowers, and Jordan Addison? Would you trade any of them for Deontay?
Zay Flowers.
So you're lowest on Flowers out of all of them.
Yeah. Because QJ just rose. JSN started looking better. I wouldn't trade. I'd actually hold on to Addison. Addison had a really good year.
I'm holding on to Addison myself. I can't give up on Addison. I like him. I feel like he might be all right. We'll have to see, though. Me and you are a little bit higher, Chris, on Addison than a lot of people.
How do y'all rank them guys? So it would be, y'all got JSN first?
Oh, I got Addison. I got Addison first.
You too, man?
Addison, JSN. It'd be Zay Flowers because of last year, and then QJ. But I think this year, Zay Flowers might take a decline because QJ is now the number one option, pretty much over there. So I think he may go up a little bit. But I mean, I remember saying during the season that I thought JSN was going to be the number one target in Seattle come too long because I've never been that high on DK Metcalf.
I think it would be JSN and I would say JSN, Flowers, Addison for me. I like Addison. I like Addison more. Nah. I can't get over the QB situation. And Jefferson being there, and TJ Hawkinson. I know he's hurt, but he's going to come back and get a lot of targets. I just don't see no sort of ceiling for Jordan Addison. I don't see a big ceiling for Zay Flowers neither, but JSN got the highest ceiling. Zay Flowers is the safest to me, and Jordan Addison is the riskiest to me.
Okay, but see, last year we went into thinking like, okay, they're changing the offense for the Ravens. They're going to be throwing the ball.
That's why
they really weren't throwing the ball. They really wasn't throwing the ball like that.
I don't think he does have a ceiling, but I do think
I've seen the floor.
Wide receiver too.
Derrick Henry's in there now.
Yeah.
About to
Who's
run
in
the
there?
ball a little bit. Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. I don't know. It's tight. I'll still take JSN first, though.
I'm telling you, Chris, me and you are just higher on Addison than the world is.
Yeah, I mean JSN. I like JSN. I do, and I think that he'll, like I said, I think he'll be the number one guy over there sooner rather than later.
I would definitely buy low on JSN.
Where in Seattle?
Yeah, DK's still the number one.
I get that prima donna out of there, dude.
JSN played a lot of snaps last year. It's not like he
can go focus on having his threesomes and foursomes instead of playing football. And then he can go out there and worry about that. That's what Russell was knocking on him for. Wouldn't throw him the ball.
I just wish I could see who was putting these emojis on these trades.
That's all you want.
You should be. I just assume. Like, I've gotten to the point I just assume.
Hey, Chris, I did see you put a little what the fuck on there when I traded for Jordan Love. You gotta understand. That's my guy.
I did. I mean, I like it. I'd overpay for people that I like.
I've been mad since Phil sniped him from me, one pick ahead of me in the startup. I've been mad ever since.
Lineup.
Huh?
Phil, he's got a good starting lineup, but he ain't got
He's got Purdy now.
Got some good quarterbacks, a good starting lineup.
Might as well just shit Purdy on over here.
You like that, wouldn't you? I look at Matt's running backs and doo-doo, and vomit starts to come up. And then I look at your quarterbacks, and then it comes out. And it's expelled everywhere.
Anytime and then you look at my receivers, and then you just start eating it, dude. And you're like, oh, fuck.
You know when you get nauseous from drinking too much, and you're like, gotta do the finger thing? I just look at y'all's lineup.
I don't drink.
No. It's gone.
Crap, man, we got any more trades y'all want to toss out there?
Shoot,
I'm pretty much good for doo-doo. I traded Justin Fields for the 111. What you think about that?
I wish I could have got him for that.
Solid. I would have eventually ended up sending the 25 first, probably.
Me and Noah got a pretty big trade we did in Dynasty, in our other Dynasty League. I traded him Anthony Richardson in the 104 for Jalen Hurts and DeAndre Swift.
I like that.
Anthony Richardson, the 104.
I wouldn't mind getting Anthony Richardson. It's just David's got him, and you know.
Yeah,
I don't have enough draft. I don't have enough draft picks to get him because that's like king to David draft picks.
Crap, man! I'll say that one seems fair if you can get some production from the Swift. If DeAndre Swift has some production, I'd say it's pretty good. What you say, Chris? I mean, I don't really favor either way. I'd rather have Hurts personally.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have Hurts as well, and then DeAndre Swift too. I mean, shit.
But the other one, what was it? The 103 or the 104?
104. I mean, I took a dip.
Yeah.
I would rather have the 104 than Swift, but I would rather have Hurts and Richardson. So.
Well, it really depends. Like, is it super flex? Like, are you taking a QB or are you taking a wide receiver right there?
Yeah, and it's the same as ours, super flex, tight end premium.
Oh, okay.
But Richardson,
so,
I like.
Looking at, yeah, I do too. I mean, hell, that he had how many points before he got hurt that game? Like, he was on pace to have like 4 rushing touchdowns.
It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, dude.
But he got hurt, and he got hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. That's your downfalls when you get these rushing. It's like you're unlocking a cheat code with these rushing QBs, but they can't get hurt. That's the truth.
And for
don't tell Cam Newton that. He wouldn't have it.
Or RG3. RG3. Oh, I got another trade too. In Dynasty. I'm the only one making trades in this league. I traded Mark Andrews for Dalton Kincaid in the 110 to a competing team.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to what value Mark Andrews has because in our league, it's like nobody's trading for tight ends.
I was about to send you one today when I had Jamar Chase in there. I was going to send you Chase and Javonte Williams for Amon-Ra and Mark Andrews.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why I did.
I'm good.
So, Chris, you have Mark Andrews?
Yeah, I got Mark Andrews and old George Kittle.
I'll say this: I definitely don't consider Mark Andrews like.
He needs to play more. He needs to stop getting hurt.
That's the thing. He's got to be on the field more, and I would definitely.
Doesn't he have he's got like type 2 diabetes or something too, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure Mark Andrews has got.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
It ain't got nothing to do with his ass not playing football, though.
It might.
I would say Laporta, McBride, maybe.
I mean, I'm smashing Laporta. Yeah. We hated on David so much for trading up to get Laporta.
I got McBride, like a genius. All right.
Hey.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just wanting to fill y'all out a little bit. I don't think we talked about Stephon Diggs' trade to Houston that much. I got Nico on my team. I got Rashee Rice on my team right now. I'm holding them because there's no point in trading them right now. They're pretty.
Jeez.
They took a hit. What do we feel about Nico right now?
Crap, man! It's time for you to bust it on down, break it to the knobs, baby. It's time to say
that ain't happening.
You might as well just break it down to the nuts and bolts, big dog.
Who takes the biggest hit, Tank Dell or Nico?
Nico, bro. I think we all know this. I think we all know.
I think Nico.
I think it's Tank Dell
to the moon.
Nico's a big play guy, and he's going to get a lot of one-on-one coverage. That man's going to be breaking off 60-yard touchdowns.
So you think that, and then everybody's like, man, he's going to be throwing the ball to Stephon and all of these players. You know who's really going to be throwing the ball to? Dalton Schultz is going to be catching crazy. I promise you. Watch this year. Dalton Schultz is going to be catching that ball.
All right, Kraft, man. The truth is, and this is the truth of what I think about it. Dalton Schultz don't even change for me because tight ends are tight ends. Like if I wanted Dalton Schultz before the season started, I'd still want him now. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't. I don't give a hoot about if y'all think Dalton Schultz's value is going down. That's just retarded, in my opinion. His value is
going down.
Heck,
I don't think it's going down. I think if anything, I don't think that it can go down. That's not very PC.
I don't enjoy being called retarded.
But like,
I think it's going down.
I don't think that it can it's going to go down because I mean, if you're adding better receivers that can get better separation or that are going to command coverage, somebody's going to be open.
All right.
And I don't think it's going to be the 2 or the 3 young receivers that are just running around. They just had a field day last year in the NFL running around people. Like, it's going to be the old white tight end.
I'll say this is the honest opinion. Dalton Schultz don't change for me. I would just say I would still want all 3 of those wide receivers on my team. I think this is going to be an offense that's going to be good. I think they're going to be moving. I think they're going to be scoring. I just think all their ceilings might be just a little bit capped. I think you'd be way more excited if Stephon Diggs wasn't there this year and you was going into year 2 with Nico and Tank Dell. If you had them, you'd be hyped. I think Stephon, I mean, he's definitely going to command some targets. For all we know, he ain't even washed. And he could be done. But for all you know, he might not be washed. He might command 8 targets a game.
He's going to get his targets. I just think so. I don't know, but Nico, to speak on him, at the ADP he's at right now, and it probably hasn't caught up yet with the Diggs trade, but he was at wide receiver 16 in startups before this trade. So right after Brandon Ayuk, right after DJ Moore, which I would take if Diggs wasn't there, I would have took Nico over Moore. But where does he drop in Dynasty? Rome Odunze or Nico Collins?
Nico Collins?
You know me, crap, man. I want Rome Odunze.
Tank Dell?
I'm actually going to go Nico Collins because, I mean, you got to think, how much longer are you going to get out of Diggs?
Yeah, now that's the thing. Like, that's so true what Chris is saying. That is so true because this is what I want to say.
Only a 1-year deal.
It's only a 1-year deal. And Nico Collins, I think he's on the last year of his deal.
Last year of his deal.
Could be a good buy low opportunity if people are starting to get down on Nico. Because if that Diggs is gone next year, they lock Nico down for 4 years with Stroud. If you buy it low on him, pay the first or whatever for Nico, you feel great with that transaction going into the 2 years from now. Take some patience, but And you also might not pay off. Nico could be gone and playing for the
Panthers.
Raiders next year. Panthers, yeah, something crazy. So,
yeah, it could be bad, but a couple other names: T. Higgins or Nico.
I think I'm rolling with T.
You're asking the two Clemson fans
Okay.
if they would rather have T. Higgins than bum ass. I'm just playing.
I would love to have T. Higgins.
I would love to have T. Yeah, I would love to have T. Higgins, but every time I try to inquire, I get laughing.
I don't LMAO. T. Higgins is a buy low though. I mean, he's lower than what he was, but I don't want T. Higgins personally.
Well, that's fine because I do.
I don't like him.
This is one less person in competition with me to get him.
Craftman, real quick, before let's move on to let's at least say something about Rashee Rice before we all hop off and stuff. I want to say something.
I think what you said in the text message, if that's what you were gonna say, that's the perfect summary of what Rashee Rice is like. What did you say?
Motherfucker, I'm just gonna be real, Craftman. Gotta be dumb as a brick if you can. I question Rashee Rice just from the standpoint, man to man, I gotta say, you're racing, right? You have the wherewithal to flee the scene. You're gonna walk away from the scene. You're fucking Rashee Rice. You know what I'm saying? You're walking away from the scene, but you can't go get your 10-point. You can't go get the sack out your car, go take it, walk down the street, and toss it into the woods before you take off. Like, you're just gonna leave that shit in there. You fucked up. You crashed your car.
He was in Texas, though, right?
He was in Texas. High as fuck, drag racing.
But still, like, I'm pretty sure it's legal in Texas, but you're driving. Like, you're dealing with extra bullshit on top of it. All you had to do was grab the sack. If you fleeing anyway, you getting away. Like, I mean, you walking off, just grab the shit and go. Like, God
toss
damn.
it off the bridge or wherever you at.
Fuck that. Just keep that shit in your pocket. Fuck. They can't do nothing about it.
Chris, it'd be crazy if him being an NFL player and all, and he's like, no, I can't throw away this 10.8 grams. Like, he's still scrunching up. Like, I ain't getting rid of that 10 grams.
Bro, I don't give a damn if I'm a billionaire. I ain't throwing away 10 grams.
I'm taking the sack and I'm walking away.
It wasn't grams, though. It wasn't grams, which makes it even worse. Because they ended up coming out and saying it was not a felony, it was a misdemeanor, it was ounces, not grams.
What?
Hold on. Grams
you got that backwards, bro.
You got that.
If it was a zip, I can conceal a zip in a fucking pocket, dude. But I'm shit, bro. I'm fucking lifting my shirt up and I'm stuffing that shit in my damn boxers.
I got you. I know exactly.
I'll smoke ball sweat weed all the time. Give a fuck.
This is what Craftman is trying to say. It was reported 10.8 grams or whatever, and a lot of people were saying that's a felony in Texas, and that's nowhere near a felony, period, in anywhere. I don't care if you're in the most Republican red state. There it is, 10.8 grams.
It was a misdemeanor on the weed.
Yeah, like that's if he had 10.3 ounces or pounds or whatever, then he's going to jail for a long time, and we will never see them play. He just Henry Ruggs his ass. I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna say that, but
don't curse my team. I traded for his ass too. This is what I get for trading for his ass. This is the respect I get from Rashee Rice for trying to go put my neck out there.
Hold on. In the state of Texas,
can't be
possession of 1 to 4 grams is a felony. In the state of Texas. Texas. Are you serious, Texas? Like, come on. You can't even get a motherfucker a little wiggle room and put it at like 10 or 15.
I'm shocked by that. I got more than that in the shed.
I gotta walk around with a P5. I can't even fill my blunt up with that.
I bet Chris said he gotta walk around with a P5, man. Any more players y'all want to bring up, man? Any more? Or players or trades or anything before we hop on off this? I like these episodes. These are my favorite ones. I will do these every night if y'all want to do them.
Yeah, I mean, I got another player that received a little bit of hype with old Russell Wilson coming into town. George Pickens, what are you doing with him? Me and you talked about him a lot in the last offseason.
Yeah. I want George Pickens. I don't fucking hate George Pickens. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it like this. When he was coming out as a rookie, this dude had a lot of hype where I was like, relax, everybody. Then the next offseason, they turned on him. Nobody cares about all that stuff.
You know why? Because he ain't a bulldog no more, so don't nobody give a fuck.
You know how it is, so.
Bark, bark, bark.
Hey, at my cornhole boards over there, both Georgia Bulldog cornhole boards, I got 2 of them. The same amount as national championships we got in the last 3 years. So that's all I got to say.
Hey, I mean,
they're going to get up to my bags, though. I got 8 bags.
Well, look, I've already asked about George Pickens in the home league. I ain't getting him. So I don't even know what his price is, but I'll tell you this. I'm not willing to pay what it is in some of the leagues I'm in.
I'll tell you what his price is.
Go ahead.
Would you rather have any of the rookies that we're talking about after Odunze at receiver or George Pickens? Would you take your shot on A.D. Mitchell, Ladd McConkey, any of them guys? Because if you pick George Pickens over them, you might as well trade like the 109 for him.
Yep, that's basically George Pickens for the 109. I agree. I think I'd do it.
Yeah.
I think I would.
Probably any of those receivers that don't go to the Bills.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree.
About
so
the
109. The 110. So the 110. I mean, honestly, I'll put it like this, Kraft. You know, I think this class is deep, and I want to take a shot on all those guys in the late first and the second stuff, but I'm starting to realize that I may not be as high on those guys as some people are. I think the hype might be a little way up there. I know people love there's going to be and shit, but
there's going to be some that hit, and there's going to be some, and it's really just going to be dependent on who you pick and who you like, because you could. Not all of them are going to be great. Definitely ain't going to happen.
It's just going to depend on who got that dog in them. You know what I mean?
And George Pickens does.
George Pickens got that dog. I don't know if A.D. Mitchell got that dog.
I don't think he does. He left.
It doesn't feel like he does.
I mean, he transferred from, he left. Him and Jermaine Burton both. They don't have the dog.
Oh, yeah, they were both dogs. Well, okay.
Then they realized we like to use our tight ends.
Yeah.
And run the ball. Yeah.
Well, shoot, fellas. I think that about wraps it on up. Trade episode tonight with Craftman, C. Swizzy, and Matt Hamm in the building. Thanks for listening, everybody. Same thing, man. Like we said, add the podcast, tell a friend. If you want to hop in a league with us this year, might do it. Hit us up. You know, we got to start up for you. We can get one rolling. Me and Craftman and Chris might not hop in it this year, but we might hop in it. I don't know. You never know. So we'll see. We'll definitely get a startup going if they want to roll. So what you got to say, Craftman?
The least we could do is just draft a team for somebody, give it to somebody, and then they can win a lot of money. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I've made it to the championship.
We definitely have had a good past couple of years. I'll say that. So, you know, I'm not sitting here acting like I know people in the crew, they hating right now. They probably hating every word me and Chris got to say tonight. But
I think they hate our voices.
But all I know is one thing, man. They ain't got no goddamn rings, so I ain't worried about it.
I was just gonna say you ain't gotta listen to everything we say just because we've had success the past couple of years. Like it's all there's a lot of luck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I run my mouth to the point where everybody hates me just because I think it's funny that way. So if you can handle people getting mad at you and hating on you a little bit, then it makes it a little bit funner. So we're not saying go out there and do all the trades that we say and draft all the people we say. Me and Kraft been so wrong so many times. We've been right too. We've been so wrong so many times too. And but I just like to do it. We're just out here having fun. These are my favorite episodes right here. Talking the value of these players, talking trades that going down because we had a lot of activity within the past week.
Gonna keep going too, I feel like.
Yes, sir.
At some point, you're going to have to play the players that you end up with to start the season instead of trading them all away, though. I went and looked at my startup draft for my other dynasty league. I have 0 players from the startup draft that I started with 2 years later. I've done traded all them jokers away. I mean, every single one of them. And my team is better for it. I look at my team now, I'm like, I'm so glad I made all them trades. But at some point, week 1 rolls around, you got to get ready.
The thing is, I love about Dynasty and what we've been doing this podcast the past couple of years is there's just strategies and strategies and strategies, and I don't mind people being patient and not making as many trades as some of us do. Like some of us are out there just shoot. NDB's throwing it out there. No, Dickpo don't care. He's slinging them out. So if you ain't trading, you ain't trying really. But you can be patient.
You gotta trade on some things. Eventually.
Gotta trade, though. I'm with you. You gotta make some moves. I made some every offseason, and I don't regret it, not one bit.
No, because even in redraft, you go back and you do a lot of studying up 2 months ahead of time, and you draft a team, and you're like, this player that I thought was going to be good just sucks. And that's going to happen in Dynasty everywhere. I mean, and you got to get out when it's time to get out, too. As much as I talk about getting players over draft picks, there is a certain time to get out. And there's a couple players that I would like to go ahead and get out from before it's too late.
Right. So, come check us out. But with that said, we out.
Peace.